Yes, hello and welcome back to Ickady Streams. Create above and beyond. How are you doing? How are you doing, my friends? I am doing well, very well. I'm doing very well. Oh God, storage system failure. I just went out and dug a whole bunch of ores, and they appear to have disappeared. How rubbish is that? Hi, Two. How you doing, lovely? Yeah, I literally just dug a whole bunch of ores, and I chucked them into the grindy thing, and they've disappeared. Like what? How was your holiday? I hope it was good. Are you back now? You are back now, right? You're not watching me while you're on your holiday. Yeah, I just chucked them all into there, and they disappeared. Like that's now processing cobble. You could say I was annoyed slightly, because I definitely. Yeah. Oh well. Oh well. Last time you saw me link up the nether over there. If I skedoodle back over this way, that guy. Which means we've now got unlimited lava. Unlimited. Right there, lava. Yep. All I had to, I'm not going to use that bucket because it's got energized glycerin in it. All I have to do is right click it with a bucket and I get myself some lava. Unlimited. Perfect. Which is going to power these things. What are these things? These are thermal series. So let's open up this and make some more sense of some of this. So, overview. We want to get from here to here. Tree puncher, spacefarer. We haven't got that much further. Last time we did complete, sort of, this bit here. So the ender machines not only provide instant teleportation, but also to the most powerful upgrades for your machines. And yes, definitely this is the way to make the upgrades. We didn't quite complete it though, because we haven't quite got round to the poise cycle. The poise cycle basically used the photogenic isolator. The only reason I didn't do that one is because I didn't have those. I now have those. I spent a little bit of time melting down a lot of things and got those. Lovely. So, this brings us round to, I'll do this one first, and then we will have completed this whole bit here, and we'll hear the big ta-da, padoosh of, hey, you've completed chapter 3, blah, 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 blah. I don't know if I'm supposed to do that. Maybe we'll do that too. Right, so, which brings us round to chapter 4. Yeah, and as you can see, there's two options. So, you've got chapter 4, Into the Box, or chapter 4A, The Alchemy Chaotic Thingy Me Bib. I'm not fussed which way we go. I'm really not fussed which way we go, so I'm going to leave that up to you guys maybe if somebody wants to suggest which one to do, 4 or 4A. But I'll give you a quick overview. And I've never done this, so we're going to have to figure this out as we go, okay? We're having to figure this out as we go, which means I'm probably going to spend a lot of time going, now how do you do that? So this option here, which is chapter 4, Into the Box. As you can see, you make some different kind of cobble gens and stuff, and you use a lot of the thermal machinery to get down to the point where you can actually make circuits, printed circuits. So this is going to be a lot more of like these machines plus conveyor belts and stuff going into them, right? You also have chapter 4A, which is the slightly more chaotic version and might take a little bit longer. 2's already voted. Do 4. So chapter 4A is this, and basically what you're doing is you're using a bit of alchemy here to find the right reagents to put together to then form items that you need using the fluid encapsulator, which can make these, which are then used to combine to turn into other things. And then you can combine those to turn them into these things. And I have no idea how you do the rest of it, so we'll probably have to figure some of that out. So, do you still want chapter 4 or chapter 4A too? You seem to be the only one replying and talking at the moment. asleep. No? No? There we go. Chapter 4, I will barely understand, so Chapter 4A, I have no chance. Yeah, me neither, to be fair. I look at all of those alchemic reagenty thingies and go, what? Yeah, it's fine. Maybe we'll come back and have a look at that. But let's go with into the box. Okay, cool. That makes sense. Right, let's hippity doodle over here real quick. Back to the base. Rather than mucking around with all of our machines. I have started the tidying up process. It doesn't look like I've done anything, but I have started it. I have started it. So over here, in my safety base. Look, look, look. I did it. I killed the dragon. It only killed me 4 times. But I did it. You missed that. Right. So let's go over here to chapter 4. Right, chapter 4. We haven't technically finished chapter 3, but I'll talk you through it now because we're doing the talky bit, so we'll do the talky bit now. Right, over here. The start. The next target will be printed silicon. Chapter 4 and Chapter 4A get you to the same place. It's just which one you want to do. So the next target will be printed silicon. As one of 2 known ways to obtain it, the assembly line will move items, fluids, and energy in and out of new and rather compact Invar machinery. Now, this is going to be a problem right here because we don't have much Invar, so we might have to go digging for a little bit of this episode. That's why I was annoyed that the ore I just found it had disappeared. I had just chucked it into the grinder before the stream. I'd gone digging for like an hour. Oh, whatever, I'm not going to complain. So much like the previous chapters, a few new material sources or shipments required first. So we can pretty much say, well, we've done that because we've read it. So thanks for my tea. Right. So over here, new capacity. The upcoming assembly line will require a significant amount of flux energy. Right. So that's going to be fun. It's recommended to find a suitable generation method and to consider higher scales in planning should it become necessary later. Well, we've kind of already done that. And there's no actual physical reward anyway, so we're going to tick it. But we've kind of already done that because we've got the lava going, so that is our power generation, right? The alchemical laser. Yeah, we still have some chemical laser things going on in here, so we have to figure that one out. A central role in this age of technology is played by the alchemical laser. It usually involves converting one material into another using a high energy beam and a catalyst or a tool of some kind. Inventors can familiarize themselves with the necessary machinery via the JEI or entering that. I wonder if I can I copy paste it? Don't know. Hang on. What was it? See? Ponder. Look at this. Wow. Alchemical laser. Oh, look! Haha! Start with it. Oh, we still need an Invar machine. Attach a laser. Turn it on or off. Very good. Okay. Do a pokey pokey. Fine. Set it to punch. I've never used the punch function, but fine. Whenever the deployer activates, it punches out a beam. That makes sense. Okay. Hopper minecarts caught in the beam will process their contained items. Okay, so that must be how those different catalysts, if the catalysts were in the hopper, it will do the thing. Wait, what was that? Let's go back a bit. Hopper minecarts caught in the beam will process their contained items. That must be how you combine the chemicals. So if I have a magnet and a basalt in there, and I zap it, it turns into whatever that is. Alright, cool. Okay, that made complete sense. Okay, yeah, that made complete sense. Right, fine. Tick. Give me book. Oh, okay, that opens the funder scene. That was helpful. Right, fine. Right, okay. So that's that. Beautiful. Look at that, we've already completed 3 steps and we haven't even done anything yet. Good God, this is going to be interesting, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Fine, so let's have a look. We've got it. I mean, this looks an awful lot like the first chapter, but it looks an awful lot more complicated than the first chapter. But let's figure this out. Okay, so the model carbon gen. So basalt is an accessible type of rock that contains traces of inert basalt powder. For purposes of this, a steady supply of them is needed. Fine, basalt is needed. So there's a couple of ways you can do basalt. Apparently one of them is the igneous extruder. So if you do soul soil, blue ice, and lava, you'll get basalt out of the igneous extruder. It's a thermal series item. You can also just do that though. So over the top of soil, lava and blue ice, it will make basalt. And then we probably just do like the cobble gen thingy that we've got over there, but for basalt. That's probably cheaper and less power hungry than using the igneous thingy. Which then does this thing. Okay, so that's what that was. So let's see what that is. A basalt shard. Okay. And a fluxomagnet. God knows what that is. Fine, cool. Sand. A new shipment of sand should be scheduled for its significantly weakened silicon. Okay. Fine. Wow, I don't like those odds. That's 12% chance for the sand. That's a lot of sand. Or fluid encapsulator. Okay, fluid encapsulator is definitely the one for that one. Fine. Okay, so then we've got the... It'll be good to have a wood supply. I've got lots of wood. You're kidding me? I just sold a bunch to get silver for the last... Oh my god. I mean, this is the hard version. It can contribute to the assembly line for some other useful products, such as... charcoal. Pyrolization is not strictly required for charcoal, but blah 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 blah. Okay. Pyrolyzer. Oh, look at that! You can turn one wood into charcoal and some creosote oil. And what we do with that, fine. The new info makes forming snowballs out of water. Perhaps we should set aside some time for our next unannounced visitor. What do you mean unannounced visitor? Huh. Okay, well I have no idea what any of that does. Cool, awesome, right. Which one do you want to do? Basalt, sand, wood, or snowballs? We can figure. We step by step. We can get to this. We can get to this. We can still complete catharsis as well. So let's have a look at this one. So we've got the photogenic. That I can probably make. Although I don't know if I've got any invar. Which is why I needed the. Why I needed the nickel stuff. And why it's so annoying that it's gone away. Okay, so you don't get any more bonuses for melting it in. Oh, you do. Maybe you do. I might need to make the foundry. Sand. You reckon sand? Okay, sand is doable. Sand is doable. Because we kind of already have some of it going anyway. connected to that. So let's see what happens. So I'm going to turn... Oh, God. I'm going to turn it on by flippy dippy this. So that now choppy choppy and scoochy scoochy. And now because those gears aren't doing anything, it's just going to keep going scoochy scoochy until it gets up to here and does nothing. Because these gears aren't going. So let's turn this on. So that and that, which turns that, which should, I think, turn the wrong way. Because if they're going that way, they want to be going the other way. I think. Because if they're coming off at the moment... Hang on. Yeah, they're going through and not actually being processed, so I think I need to turn them around the other way. Flippy dippy. Which is fine. What we do, then, we nab that, because that's an easy way to... Wait, hang on. Not that one. That one. If I connected it there, it would connect to that, and it would scupper everything. Right, that should now be turned the right way. Should. Oop, don't kill yourself on it. There you go. Ha-ha! Gravel! See? Now all I need to do is get that one connected to that one, and we'll be laughing. 1, 2. What's the betting? This is going to go the wrong way. 3, but then minding the rule of 3, it goes the right way. Shut the barn door. Look at that, gents, ladies and gents. Which, oops. Sand! Ta-da! How about that? Hang on, hang on. Look at that beaut. Ah! You see? That has to be record timing. It has to be said. Right. So, take you along. I mean, I might dismantle that one because this one works so much better. And I can always take like half of it off onto another line and put it into another storage because I can use the funnels. But besides the point. So we've got the cobblestone generator over here. Turn it back on. We've got the cobblestone generator over here. Choppity-doing that, which is sending it along here, which is then grinding it in the first one, turning it into gravel, grinding it in the second one, turning it into sand. Beautiful. Oh, very happy with that. Right. Quick crafting station. We do still need to have something powering into this, but I mean, for now we can just use the wood that we've been getting because we've got a lot of wood. So, we're going to quickly make ourselves a little chest. Heba. Because we have sand. Look at that. Although I need to get it actually in there, so I need to go get a funnel. But yeah, we can always like take off some of the items as they go through as well, so that we can actually start building up a stock of stuff. Funnel. It's probably a funnel. Yeah, funnel. Right. Easy peasy. How about that? That genuinely is record timing for us making some of that. Love it. I've also got far too much stuff in my storage. Right. That one and that one. So invar ingot and a stone to get the invar casing. Once you've got the invar casing, take that and the inductive mechanism, surroundy duty to make the invar machine. And breathe. Right. The invar machine is what we need to make a lot of these items. So like the blast chiller, the pyrolyzer, blah 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 blah, so on and so forth. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need to make one of those as well. But what we wanted to make was this guy. I believe. Yeah, because then you can use it to make the ball of sand. That one is what we need to progress through this. So the fluid encapsulator, which means we need a bucket. Gonna need to make some more buckets, aren't I, lads? The invar machine, glass, copper gear, and redstone flux. So copper gear is probably going to be the easier one of this because I actually have copper. So let's have a go at that one. So let's go copper gear. Yeah, copper gear is easier. So we have a couple of copper thingies, ingots, and some of those. The iron nugget, and what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 of those because that's all we need. Fluid encapsulator. So we need some glass, and we need the redstone flux coil, which is just redstone and a gold ingot. We definitely have gold ingots, so we're good with that one. And some redstone. Quest. And send those back around the system because apparently my system can't handle me. It's alright. Not the only one that can't handle me. There we go. I'm just that good, guys. I'm just that good. Right, I'm going to make a couple of those because I've got a feeling we're going to need a couple of those. Right. So, then we need the fluid. Oh, we need glass. glass, 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 glass. Definitely have some of that. Because my storage system, as I said, my storage system is currently overloaded with everything. Dark outside again. Right. Glass. Thank you. Right. You. For the fluid encapsulator, move items, which we've got the bucket above, the invar, 2 glass either side of it, the copper gears, 2 of which, and the redstone flux coil gives you the fluid encapsulator. Ta-da! That guy there. So that guy there is part of the thermal series of the Create Above and Beyond, because this is Create Above and Extra. It's Create that works with other mod packs. This is one of those other mod packs from the thermal series where it has an awful lot of cool things. If I quickly refresh brains, thermal series. So you have a lot of different things. You have different types of cell frames. You have different batteries, different types of explosives. There is a thermopedia. I've never actually bothered making it. The wrench, by the way, that one's really handy for other modded games because you can use that with other mods as well. So it's really kind of handy. But you have all sorts in here, so it's worth having a look when you play this yourself to have a look and see, oh, what can you make? Because like here, you can make a diving set, hazmat suits. You can make all sorts of different oils and things, and different types of plates, things like that. Talking about potatoes earlier, the capacitator. So if I hold shift for details, it holds redstone flux. It holds energy inside that one potato, and that's kind of cool because it's kind of sciencey. You can do that in real life too. You can like make a little clock out of a potato. So it kind of has a cool little hark back to real life. So it's definitely one to have a look at, and we are going to be using a lot of this because this is kind of where we're at now with the quests up here. This one in particular, this chapter is going to be using a lot of it because like here we're going to be using the igneous one, here we're using the fluid encapsulator, we're using the what are we using here, the pyrolyzer. So you know it is going to be heavy on the old thermal series side, but we've done that. We have done that. That's lovely. Right, get another one of those going, I suppose. Bop. And we have now the photogenic isolator. Ta-da! And the fluid encapsulator. Now this is probably not going to be their final resting place. Get out of it. Because I need to link it up to the lava and I need to get the sand from over there into this one. But as per the other ones, so because you've seen so far the magma crucible and the induction smelter, magma crucible, induction smelter, we now have pretty much the same kind of UI for the fluid encapsulator and the photogenic isolator. And you've got different types of recipes you can do in here, which you can see all of them by clicking on the little arrow. Click on that and you can see what you need to make each thing. So you need a bucket and a half of water, some bone meal or some photogrow, and a sapling to grow one full stack or 6 or whatever of that, and one more sapling. This one will be used in the process, obviously. And daylight. Yeah. It's an expensive way of growing things, but it's a way of growing things. So yeah, and you can almost take your items then and double them. But for that one, yeah. For the fluid encapsulator, much the same. So some of the recipes here, you can turn concrete powder into actual concrete rather than chucking it in water behind me. You can also use it in a lot of the reagents that come up later. So we are not really doing those reagents. We maybe dip into it a little bit to see what it's all about. But this one, instead of using water, is going to use molten glass. So you need to have a healthy supply of sand in order to do that. And to be fair, at the moment, the main thing we're going to be doing is if we go back to page 1, the ball of sand, because that is part of the quest line. So yeah, which is this guy here. Right. That being said, I think that'll do it for now. We haven't quite linked them all up. Ooh, wow, that was good. Did you see that tree go? Oh, beautiful. I think we'll call it there. We've actually had a really productive episode, which is slightly surprising. And I did go on for slightly longer than I have been recently, for an hour and a half. But we've made ourselves a whole new cobble generator for gravel to sand. And that, my friends, was done in record timing. Ta-da! and completed chapter 3. So I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, quite happy indeed. Right. So as always, thank you, my beans, very much for tuning in to watch me and hang out, chill out with me. I really appreciate it, especially the people that have tuned in for the first time. Do follow along and check me out on YouTube. I do edits of my my streams so that you get like a shorter version that cuts out all the waffle, or at least half of the waffle.